Symbology of the word. The word. Isaiah 2 verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amoz, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Here we see the mountain of Yahovah established over all the other mountains, meaning Yahovah's kingdom will be established here. The Hebrew for word and saw are
Devar, Chazah,
Daber and Hozah defined as a word, matter, and gaze at, perceive, respectively.
There are two ways to look at the meaning of the verses above. 1. The word is an entity that Isaiah saw, or 2. He understood a certain matter. Both are applicable, but for the latter interpretation, it tells us that Isaiah understood the deeper meaning of the metaphors, parables, and symbology of the scriptures and what would transpire in the future. Also, Jeremiah 2 verse 1, Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, 2. Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I remember thee, the kindness of thy youth, the love of thine espousals, when thou wentest after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Note that the account of the word appearing to Isaiah and Jeremiah occurs in chapter 2, verses 1 to 2, in both books. In Jeremiah, the Hebrew is the same as in Isaiah for word, but for saying. It is amal, amar, to say and to declare. The tense of saying denotes an action. It does not indicate something like a vision, and the rest of the verse suggests he was instructed what to say, as opposed to perceiving it in a vision. Let's look at verse 1.
word, a word, matter, advice, book, message. Game, is, be, become, was, became, existed. Saying, to say, answer, point, declare, publish.
We can interpret this as, the book became plain. The word haya, H 1961, is transitory in that it means an action in transiting from one situation to another, or it can have a static meaning like exists, to indicate arrival or departure, as in coming, came, or going, went. The Hebrew is bo. You would not use haya. The verse is more correctly interpreted as, the book became plain, indicating that Jeremiah understood the message of the word. However, on another level, we could say that it was an entity that spoke to Jeremiah. Here is the book. Ezekiel 2 verse 9. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. 10. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Ezekiel 3 verse 1. Moreover he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. We see that a hand appears to Ezekiel, and Ezekiel refers to the hand as he. Note that the word appears to Ezekiel in chapter 2 also. What does it mean to eat the book and then speak to the people? It means to consume and digest the message in the book, to understand it, and give that message to others. That is the meaning of the following verse. 2 Timothy 2 verse 15. Study to shew thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Dividing means to cut.
G3718. Orthotomeo. Orthotomio. From a compound of G3717 and the base of G5114, to make a straight cut, that is, figuratively, to dissect, expound correctly the divine message, rightly divide.
And therefore, in this context, it means to dissect a book through studying it. And when you do, you will discover the bitter message. Revelation 10 verse 9. And I went unto the angel, and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, and eat up. And it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. 11. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Here we are informed that John was a prophet, and the book was sweet in his mouth. Why would it be sweet to taste, but make his belly bitter? As you consume the word, it is sweet, because you learn the message, that Yahovah will be victorious, and many will be saved. But as you digest the message, you realize there will be tribulation, apostasy, wars, and some will be condemned to everlasting darkness. We also find the book here. Psalm 40 verse 6, Sacrifice and offering thou didst not desire. Mine ears hast thou opened, burnt offering and sin offering hast thou not required. 7. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me. 8. I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart. This is a psalm of David, but recall that David means my beloved, and note the title. Psalm 40 verse 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Do you think that David comes in the volume of the book, and that it is written of him? The verses establish that it is Yahshua who volunteered to be the sacrifice when none was required, and then the musicians will play their musical chords. Furthermore, Yahshua will do as Yahovah wills. Next is an interesting study of verse 7.
Volume. Megillah. Megillah. A roll, volume. It is a compound of Magale, Magal, a sickle, and Yah, meaning sickle of Yah or Yah's sickle. Book. Sifra. Sipira. Writing, book. Evidence. A compound of Safal, Sapar, to mark, inscribe, and Yah, meaning marked by Yah or Yah marked.
This is the hidden manna we are told of. Revelation 2 verse 17. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth it. Yahshua comes to harvest the wheat and tares, and he knows which are which by the mark in our foreheads. Realize that the books of the New Testament were likely written after Yahshua's sacrifice, so he taught from the Hebrew Bible, and it is these teachings that were written down later. Thus, the prophecy of John, of the sickle reaping the grapes, is what was revealed to him by Yahshua. John 1 verse 1, In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 1 verse 14, And the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory, as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. His teaching that, I am the Word, is telling us that the book, the Hebrew Bible, is written of him. So now we are safe to say that it may have been Yahshua who appeared before the Old Testament prophets. Isaiah 29 verse 11, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. 12. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. 13. Wherefore the Lord said, Forasmuch as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their reverence toward me is taught by the precept of men. Yahovah has given us his word, and still many cannot read it, and frankly don't make the effort. They become pew potatoes, listening to the words and precepts of men. It makes our Father upset that we don't even have the drive to seek the hidden manna. This is the blindness and deafness that we need healing from. 1 Corinthians 11 verse 23, For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it, and said, Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. This is the bread of life. Partake of the book and be fed,